Nathan here from Mighty Lancer Games. This is video number 2 in the Mr MLG's Hobby Blogmas series. So here I am in front of our work desk, painting space, what have you. Let me shuffle out of the way here. You can see what a untidy mess my painting area is. I have these Green Stuff World dropper bottle racks set up. So there's 2 at this side, there's 1 over there with the brush rack over the top, and we've got some little drawers, and then just heaps of junk just all over the place because I have a little bit of a busy mind, but I know where everything is. That's important. And then all of Mrs MLG's painted minis and my painted minis in these cabinets above us, and a few that don't fit in, like the dwarf bust up there, sit across the top of the area. So here we look how messy my hair is. This is where the magic happens. This is where Mrs MLG sits and works during the day. She adds new stock to the web store and what have you. And this is also where we stream on a Monday and a Tuesday night, which is why you can see big microphone here behind me. But what I'm here to talk about is what I've been hobbying recently. So if you watched the last video, you will know that it is definitely all about Legions Imperialis for me at the moment, and a bit of Blood Bowl. So I've got Blood Bowl 7's League that is ongoing in the shop at the moment. I'm playing, excuse me, I'm playing a high elf team, the Lothern Lions. They're in their 2nd season now, so they're getting nicely skilled up. My next game is against a Chaos Dwarf player. I've not played a league match against Chaos Dwarves before. I've played a game of 11s against Chaos Dwarves at a recent tournament, and that was absolutely horrible. The guy had a Minotaur and a special character and several bull centaurs and all sorts of naughtiness, and I got trashed. But I did have a great time. However, hopefully in 7s should be able to play the passing game a little bit more and do a little bit better. Fingers crossed. So hopefully, today's Wednesday, that game is hopefully going to happen tomorrow night. I'm just waiting for confirmation from my opponent. But Legions Imperialis. So last week, last video showed off the minis that I've built so far, the Legions Imperialis minis. What I didn't show is minis that I've previously built. I think Mrs MLG did take a picture for me of my Warlord Titan. Here he is with his arms torn off because I wrecked it. So this is my Warlord, magnetised his weapons. So if we take his shoulder armour off, because it looks proper poop. Oh, what's going on there? Oh, his magnet's fallen out of his arm, that's why. His magnet's in there. So I magnetised his arms, but I must have wrecked that. Needs a bit of TLC. Magnetised his arms, magnetised his carapace weapons. The other bit, the carapace needs to go on there. So we've got one of those, and then we've got a Reaver. Magnetised the Reaver as well. He's got a power fist and a rocket pod up the top, and the Gatling cannon. As yet unpainted, and then we've got also got 2 cute little warhounds. One of them's missing its leg armour. What's going on there? Where's that gone? Uh-oh, can't see that in the box. Yeah, this one's missing its leg armour. I'll have to have a good rummage for that. But yeah, pair of warhounds. So got them built, and then what I have been building over the course of this week is some terrain, because terrain is incredibly important in Legions Imperialis. You need lots of line of sight blocking terrain. So I've started building some what's it called? Manufactorum Imperialis terrain. So this funky big tower crane with a bit on there that you can plug in a Munitorum container. This bit on the top here is kind of modular, so I haven't glued it in place because you can take that and you can stick it on the crane. Stick it on the top of a different type of building. So that's what we've got there. Also had a look at the instructions, realised that you can build like a funky Star Wars shield generator style building. Excuse me. And then there's all sorts of other little greebles and containers and this funky little bit of base decor, all sorts of cool little bits on the sprue, not to mention more cranes, more other juicy goodness. What those then, and that is from this set. So I've had this since Adeptus Titanicus, the Adeptus Titanicus release of the Manufactorum kit. So I've got two of these because I knew that I wanted to do some awesome stuff with it. There we go. That's the scale on the back of the box for the Imperial Knights. So these are Questoris Knights. These are the Knight Lancers, and that is a Nemesis Warbringer. Just to give you an idea of the scale of some of these pieces of terrain. So I've been building some of this. Have built a full set of these. So this is a new kit that came out with Legions Imperialis. I think we'd only had complete buildings up to now, so I built a whole set of that, which is very cool. And Mrs MLG did me the massive favour of painting one of them last night, and it is this awesome looking ruined building that she's done here. It looks absolutely fantastic. I'm hoping that I can persuade her to paint the rest of them in the same kind of colour scheme, because this looks mint for me. She's got another one in progress there. Not to mention all of the other stuff in this box that's still to do. And then also got some Civitas Imperialis buildings. So these are complete buildings. Now here's one I originally built and sprayed when I was painting the rest of the terrain, the ruins. So this is that's a complete building, but started building a few more bits, and these I hadn't realised before, but the way that these are stackable is absolutely fantastic. So it just like plugs on. It's really, really cool. So you can get little bits and you can just stack them on like that. It just plugs on the top, goes together pretty effortlessly. Put that. Oh, that's the other bit. Where is it? That one I built that with the door. So what we need to do is we get that bit on there like that. That way around. Because the other one had a door flying in midair. So be careful thinking about when you're thinking about building big stacky arrangements like this, about what pieces you've got. So I put the door opens out onto the nice flat area where you guys can stand. But think about where you're putting doorways and other apertures. Now this little square building is just going to end up being a standalone or to fit on a roof that opens onto another piece. And then last night I got a little bit crazy because we've got a few of these kits and I've got a few sprues spare, but I started building a huge honking building out of the Civitas kit. Now what my intention is with this, so you can see that there is a large gaping hole in the middle, and underneath I've supported these pieces with some offcuts of sprue. I'm just going to fillet a little bit of plasticard into this little slot here, because somehow I've managed to assemble it in a way that I've generated a gap, and I'm not quite sure how I've managed that, but anyway, we're going to fix that. But what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to make it into a multi-tier massive building because I watched a couple of like battle report type things now, and seeing how important buildings and structures are in the game to be able to garrison them. So I've made sure I'm going to leave plenty of surface area on the roofs so the building can be occupied. So this is going to be a huge building with like spires and stuff at the top, because we've got a few or a couple of sets worth of the spires, which is another kit that came out with Adeptus Titanicus and has now been reboxed. But I've had a couple of sets of these for a long time, and I'm going to get some use out of these. So that massive building is going to have loads of flat roof areas and then some spire pieces up at the top, with all these funky bits on that are going to be modular. And then in the last video I did say that I had some big plans for Legions Imperialis. So let me show you some of the bits and pieces that I've got that I'm going to build over the coming week or two. So we've got, I've had a little look at the army list now and seen what we can do. So some Xiphon interceptors will add a little bit of air support to my forces. So this box set comes with 6 Xiphon planes, which hopefully should give me a little bit of air strength, because currently we have none, and I know that a couple of my opponents are going to be running some bombers and other things. We've also got some Land Raider Proteus. Now this is a box set that contains 6 classic style Land Raiders. They've got twin link las cannons, and they just look cool. They just look cool. So I'm going to put the Terminators in these and rush them across the battlefield. Land Raider Proteus Explorators. Well, I think I'm going to use these. What I need to check is that the Terminators can actually assault out of these, and I don't need Spartans instead. But I prefer the look of these. But we might end up with Spartans. Might end up like swapping these for some Spartans. And then the other thing, just for a little bit of heavier support, I've got a box set of Questoris Knights. So this is a set of 3 knights. I'm going to build them with the rocket pods, I think. So they've got more weapons, and these 3 knights will form the first part of a knight household to go along with some of these. So we've got some Acheron and Castigators and some Cerastus Knights. And again, these are things I've had since Titanicus launched, but I've never got around to doing anything with. So here we go. We've got these on sprue here. So these are going to be in the workflow at some point. Before I build any more Titans, because I've got a box that's just got like a couple of Reavers and some Warhounds and stuff, and I've got some more Warhounds kicking around somewhere that came in the starter box for Legions Imperialis. So before I start building any more of that stuff, I'm going to build some Knights, because you can only have 30% of your points as auxiliaries or allies or whatever. So Knights are definitely going to be more cost effective than taking a War Master Titan for 750 points or whatever. You're going to have to play some massive games for them. You can play some smaller games and maybe take a Knight or 2 as some bigger chunky assistants. So that's kind of where I am, really. I've been building terrain, which is quite important. Definitely need to build some more terrain, need to get that painted up, need to finish the minis that I've already built, need to build. So last time I showed you off, don't know what I've done with them, they're over there somewhere, but we've got the fast attack and the Legion support. Haven't done anything with either of those yet, just haven't had time, been building terrain. So need to build some terrain, need to build some extra reinforcements, have another look at those data sheet formations, and see what we can do to make autonomous units, because I've started reading page by page through the rule book rather than flicking at the stuff that's relevant. I'm working my way through it. I've got some little sticky tabs, I'm putting the sticky tabs in so I can reference specific sections like the initiative section or the orders section or whatever. So we're working through so we can see how the game plays properly without kind of relying on other people to tell me how to play, but reading it's slow going for me currently. I've got lots of other like work related things going on, so had a late night last night getting comics and stuff ready for the web store, and then there was a problem with the system that we use for the comics, so that kind of derailed me a little bit. But yeah, it's the month end, there's lots of things to do, I'm trying to get a lot of stuff done and plenty of hobbying, so that's where I'm at. Terrain, new minis I want to build, actually play some more games, but Blood Bowl League is going to have to take slight precedence because that is a schedule. We get like 2 weeks to play the fixtures, which isn't a problem, but I need to give that and my opponent my focus because I don't want them to don't want it to slide. Plus I'm doing quite well in the league, so I need to keep up my performance really. So there you go, that's what I've been working on. Another bit of a rambly video. I'll try and make the next one a little bit more structured for you, maybe show you some stuff that I'm building at the time, or maybe have a bit of like build chat or something, if you'd like to see that. If you are enjoying listening to me ramble about my hobby time and what I've been up to, then please give us a like on the video, maybe consider subscribing to the Mighty Lancer Games YouTube channel, and thank you very much for watching. See you next time.